Canada temporary residents to be cut to 5% of population. The Canadian government has announced plans to significantly reduce the number of temporary residents, aiming to bring their share down to 5% of the total population. This video marks a major shift in immigration policy as Canada seeks to balance labor market needs with housing pressures and public services. If you're interested in this topic, please pay attention and watch the video through to the end to get all the information. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. PIE, a global platform for international education, has reported that students from India have been hardest hit by soaring refusals, with 4 out of 5 among them receiving rejections in the second quarter of 2025, the period from April to June. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney has said his government will bring the number of temporary residents in the country, including international students, to below 5% of the population by the end of 2027. His remarks came even as the PIE, a global platform for international education, reported that students from India have been hardest hit by soaring refusals, with 4 out of 5 among them receiving rejections in the second quarter of 2025, the period from April to June. It cited Border Pass, a lawyer-backed digital platform focused on immigration in this regard, addressing the Liberal Party caucus in Edmonton, capital of the province of Alberta, on Wednesday. Carney says government will return Canada's immigration rates to sustainable levels, and that includes bringing the total number of temporary workers and international students to less than 5% of Canada's population by the end of 2027, down from its peak of 7.25% last year. We are welcoming people to our country. We have to make sure we have the capacity to fulfill that welcome, the Canadian PM stressed. These targets are likely to reflect in the new immigration plan the government is expected to present before Parliament in the weeks ahead. PI noted that overall, 62% of applicants were refused a study permit from January to July this year. While the rate of approval hovered around 60% for the past decade, it declined to 38% this year, 10% points lower than the rate in 2024. As Hindustan Times reported last month, the number of study permits holders from India for Canadian institutes of higher education crashed by over 2/3 in the second quarter of this year. According to data released by Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, the number of permits issued to Indians between April and June 2025 stood at 17,885, as against 55,660 for the same period in 2024, a decrease of over 66%. Indians accounted for nearly 32% of study permits issued during this period, as against nearly 45% in the corresponding period in 2024. The decline also translated to the first 6 months of 2025 for Indian students, as the number fell from 99,950 to just 47,695. Overall, the total number of study permits dropped by nearly 100,000, from 245,055 in the first 6 months of 2024 to 149,860. The sharp decline recorded in 2025 continues a trend that began in 2024 as Canada started curbing the issuance of study permits. These numbers, according to IRCC, are preliminary estimates and subject to change, but they are indicative of the change in acceptance levels of foreign students, including those from India, amid a growing anti-immigrant sentiment in Canada, political observers said. As Ottawa moves forward with this plan, the coming years will determine how effectively Canada can manage its workforce demands while addressing public concerns over immigration levels and long-term sustainability. That is all for today in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care